Hey, and welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into a really powerful idea from Josh Kaufman's The Personal MBA. We're going to talk about how to see the world a little differently by, understanding the hidden systems that are running pretty much everything around us.
So, let's start with a feeling we all know. You fix a problem, you think it's done, and then a week later, boom, it's back. It could be that annoying bug in your software or that constant logjam at work, or hey, even that same old argument you keep having. Why is it that some problems just refuse to stay solved? Well, the answer, according to the book, is actually pretty simple. Most of the time, we're just playing whack-a-mole with symptoms. We're putting a Band-Aid on something when we should be figuring out why it's happening in the first place. The real secret to fixing something for good is to stop looking at the one-off event and start understanding the whole system that's causing it. Okay, so our first step here is to basically develop a kind of X-ray vision. We have to learn to look right past the obvious stuff on the surface and see all the invisible parts and pieces that are really running the show. It's time to look under the hood. Okay, think about this. A super long line at your favorite coffee shop. That's the symptom. It's what you see, it's the pain point. Now, you could just yell at the barista to work faster, but that's just a temporary fix, right? The real problem, the root cause, is that the payment terminal is ancient and slow. You fix that terminal, and guess what? The line disappears for good.
So how in the world do you find that root cause? Well, the Personal MBA points to this fantastic and honestly dead simple technique called the fivefold why. You literally just state the problem and then ask why about 5 times. So, why is the line long? Because payments are slow. Okay, why are payments slow? Because the terminal is old. Why is it old? Because we never budgeted for a new one. See how that works? You just drill down deeper and deeper until you hit the real issue. But, asking why is really only half the story. You can't just rely on your gut feeling or what you think is happening. To really truly understand a system, you've got to have some cold, hard data. It's like that old saying goes, if you're not measuring it, you're pretty much just guessing.
So what should you actually be looking for? Well, for starters, you want to track your key performance indicators, your KPIs. These are the big numbers that tell you if you're winning or losing. Then, look for patterns over time and keep an eye out for any big changes from what's normal. And you have to remember the garbage in, garbage out rule. It's a big one. If your data's junk, your conclusions are going to be junk too. Simple as that. And all of this leads to a really, really important idea. See, in almost any system you can think of, from a factory line to even just your morning routine, there's almost always one single part that has a massive impact on the whole thing. This one critical part is called the constraint, but you probably know it by its more common name, the bottleneck. Just picture a big 3-lane highway that all of a sudden squeezes down into one single lane. It doesn't matter how fast the cars are going before or after that spot, the speed of the entire highway is decided by that one tiny, narrow point. And here's the kicker. Once you've found that bottleneck, any effort you spend improving some other part of the system is, well, it's pretty much a waste of time. It feels like you're making progress, but it's just an illusion. Think about it. If you want more traffic to flow, you don't repaint the lines on the 3-lane section. You get to work widening that 1-lane bottleneck. That's the only thing that'll actually make a difference. Okay, so let's pull all these cool ideas together into a simple, practical toolkit that you can start using on, well, any system, right now. Think of this as your action plan. First, just observe. What's the pattern you keep seeing? Next, dig for that root cause. Use your 5-fold why. Then, back it up with data. What are the numbers actually telling you? After that, pinpoint the single biggest constraint, the one thing holding everything back. And finally, test a change. Tweak that one thing and see what happens. This little checklist is what turns you from someone who's frustrated by a problem into someone who can actually, systematically solve it for good. And really, that's the whole magic of this. It's about shifting your entire perspective from just looking at symptoms to understanding the whole system. It's a way of thinking you can use everywhere, in your business, your career, your personal life. So I'll leave you with this question to chew on. What's that one recurring problem in your life that's just a symptom of a hidden system just waiting for you to figure it out?